Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I got tired of this thing. I played with a bunch of your ideas. Shim the starter. I made it worse. Starter barely hits when you shim it. I've never had a problem with the starter. We've only ever shimmed my buddy's Ford when we're swapping bell housings and weird shit, so the starter just goes right on the block in these things and doesn't have an issue. So I just pulled the cocksucker out. I was tired of it, and figured I'd find out what the problem is, or swap in maybe another motor I'm picking up tomorrow. But because I usually run 2 motors, so I only have 1 now, so I need to pick up another. But my friend called me with a good deal. Here is the back here. Now this is funny. I'm not sure. I gotta ask my buddy if this was here before. I can't see the flywheel was flexing that much. Flex plate. But it could have been. You can see there's little nicks in there. But it was a squealing noise and not that. It could have had these dents in the pan from who knows what. I never actually paid attention because it's been in and out of the motor so many times. It could have been from the other. I mean, this is the same pan that was on the car when I wrecked it, the brown car. But here is the spacer. Spacer looks fine. And then here's my flex plate, which doesn't have any cracks or problems, and all the welds are good all the way around. Everything looks great. The only thing that's funny is there's like a sleeve. See that? It comes out with these screws. The sleeve was in the flex plate. Came out with some of these. The rest of them are all out. It's got stuck here. Here's some of them. I hammered them out with a screwdriver because they were pissing me off anyway. Everything looks fine on this flex plate. It really does. I mean, where do they normally crack? Right at the bolts, I thought, where they're getting hammered, or maybe in the out where the starter hits it, but this thing is a gem. It's a junkyard gem. There's nothing wrong with it. Everything looks good. The only other thing is it could be like maybe a lifter noise. Some of you guys are saying the plastic cup breaks. Lifter dances around like a piece of shit. The only other thing I could think of is climb into here. Jump in the engine bay here. And this thing, it makes a little bit of noise. I mean, it sounds normal. It's not like squeaking, nothing. You hear fluid and shit flopping around. Sounds normal, right? Yeah, that sounds fine. So it's not that. And I really don't have any ideas other than it could be something in the motor. I hate to pull off the heads. I guess I can pop the oil pan, put it on the engine stand, pop the oil pan, and check out some of the main caps. But some of you guys were saying the bearings go and the squeal comes from inside. I bought one of those stethoscopes. My friend always had one, but I got my own. And I was listening, and I would jam it like here, and then right around the intake I'd squeeze it in here. And it sounded like it was noisiest from the top, like it could be a lifter. But then if I stuck it, if I climbed under the car and I jammed it into the oil pan there, I would hear it down in the oil pan too. But these motors are pretty hollow where the cam and the lifter is. I mean, the sound translates down to the bottom probably pretty easy. So I'm not sure what the hell it could be, but I guess we'll rule out the flex plate. It looks fine. And then this is my 80mm. I got this beast the other day. I'm gonna probably cut this off. I don't want to put a V-band on here. I'm gonna have my buddy weld a 3.5 on there, so I can connect right to that 3.5-inch coupler still, without modifying the whole damn turbo kit. So we'll see. Maybe I'll pull this motor apart. I'm going to look at a 6-liter tomorrow. My friend wants to sell, and if it's not a pile of trash, I'll probably buy that. I think it's a short block though. It doesn't come with any heads or anything, so we'll see. Maybe I'll pull the heads off this motor and put it on that, and while I do that I can check the lifters and everything, but I need head gaskets then. So it's a big table. What the hell do I want to do? But probably put the 6-liter in to spool that 80 and a launch harder and all that good shit. So we'll see. Let me know if you have any ideas. I'm done fucking with this thing for today.